since there's not a lot of people here, I had another plan, but we can easily change that up. So, you guys want to come in, or? All right, whatever. So I'd like you all to just stand up for a second, if you don't mind. Don't be shy. It's okay. Miss Gilbert, Miss Dustin, would you like to join in? So we're just going to do some warm-ups to, get you a little loose, So we're just going to first do some over-the-arm stretches like this. Okay. Then we're going to warm up the voice a little bit. We're going to do ooh-ah. Everyone, ooh-ah. Cool. Now a little bend over. Maybe harder if you're in the seats. That's fine. Okay, cool. You can all sit down now. Thank you all for doing that with me. Now, I know some of you, obviously, were not thinking about doing that, not really wanting to, but that's really why I'm here today, because I'm trying to teach you all, help you all do something that us as a society don't usually do on a day-to-day basis. I really want to get you all out of your comfort zone. So inside each and every one of us, there's something that's holding us back. It's this feeling of safety, protection, and it's something that we can always depend upon and always trust to be there inside of us when things get hard. But what I'm here to tell you is to push beyond that, to ignore it and to think about other things. Once you are able to break past that barricade, that mental barricade, you'll be able to do things that you never thought you could before. So when you think of the idea of what one's comfort zone is, I like to compare it to an acorn. It's really small, it's kind of hard, it has a shell that protects it from the outside world. But there's really not much more to it than that. It's really simple, yeah. But once that acorn begins to break free of its shell, it begins a new chapter in its life. It grows and grows and grows into something of unfathomable heights. It becomes more colorful, it's stronger than it's ever been before. That little nut forms into an intricate beauty that can be seen for miles on end. It attracts creatures that have to depend on the tree for protection and survival. This tree is what we should all aim to be. So everyone has their own level of comfort. For some, it may be no more than going to the deep end of a swimming pool. For others, it can be as wild as climbing the Mount Everest, but that's really up to you to decide and find out how far you are willing to go. It can be tricky to find motivation in yourself to get outside and find your comfort zone, but there are many ways to do it and get the ball rolling. One of the best sources for this is in your friends. Like I had said before, everyone has their own level of comfort, and maybe a few of your friends are willing to do something that you wouldn't even consider doing in a million years. And that's how you know you found the perfect pick. So my friends have helped me do things that I would have never done on my own. Your friends are your best source of motivation. It's also helpful to make lists of your interests. Think of things that you're willing to invest a lot of time into, then expand on those interests and do things that you are not already doing or not willing to do usually. If nothing else, go watch some inspirational videos or listen to some other speakers, because there are plenty of motivational speakers out there that are trying to get others up and ready for things to come. After you've located your typical level of comfort and you're ready to motivate, you're already motivated and you're ready to start living, the next big question is, how do I get from here to there? It can be quite difficult to find different ways of getting out of your comfort zone, but there are many options for you out there. So one of the most interesting ways to place yourself outside of your comfort zone is to say yes to all opportunities that may arise. So I don't know, have any of you seen Yes Man with Jim Carrey? It's a good movie, I recommend it. So Jim Carrey plays a role called Carl, and so he starts out the story always saying, oh, I wish I could, but I have this thing to do, maybe next time. He was always considered this no man. That's what they call him, no man, no man. But then he went to a yes seminar, and changed to a whole new person. Life truly changed for him once he started saying yes to things. He got closer to his friends, he learned life-saving skills, and he even met the love of his life. One word can truly change everything. So another way to find out how to push yourself is to ask your friends what they enjoy doing or what they've always wanted to do. That's what happened with me and my friend Riley. It's a funny story. So he told me that I should do the polar plunge for my project, and I immediately replied, "Are you crazy?" But fortunately for me, he insisted and insisted, and I finally agreed that I would do it. So later that day, we ended up doing it. We went to one of his friend's house and just went in the river back there. It was the worst feeling of my life, to be quite honest. It was frozen. I was frozen from head to toe. I lost feeling in every part of my body. But however, there was that feeling of adrenaline that just fueled me afterwards. It wanted me to do more. I just wanted the crave of excitement. I now find it a little bit harder to just sit around in my house and do nothing. It made me desire more. It wanted me to live life to the fullest. Now, if your friends aren't looking to push themselves like you are, you can always do some research. There are hundreds of bucket lists online that have suggestions for you for what you can do to push yourself out there. So life is truly not long enough for you to just let pass by. Make sure you take advantage of what life has to offer. Squeeze every last drop out from your journey and make it one for the books. Pushing yourself out of your comfort zone, doing things you might have never done, it will help you create lifelong memories with people you may have never met. You've heard this saying 1,000 times, hear it 1,000 times more. You only live once. It's just a beautiful saying, I think. It's really something you should live by. So, will you choose to remain as that acorn, living small and in a shell, or will you grow into something bigger? And finally, I would like to thank Ms. Dustin and Ms. Gilbert for always motivating me and keeping me on track. I'd like to personally thank Riley Whelan. He was the person who brought me to the polar plunge, did some crazy things with him. He really kept me motivated as well for the more project aspect. I'd like to thank my mom and dad for not killing me after doing the polar plunge. And then also just my friends for always being there and for keeping me motivated and keeping me happy. Thank you. Any questions?
Okay.